Have you ever had a feeling that someone likes you, but they just won't say it? No confession. No big moment, just a quiet, lingering sense that something's there. Here's the truth, for many men, expressing feelings out loud isn't easy. It's not that they don't care. It's that fear of rejection, of vulnerability, can silence even the strongest emotions. But feelings don't always speak through words. They show up in actions, in consistency, in the little things we often overlook. A look that lingers a second too long. A message sent without reason. A favor offered without asking. These are not accidents, they're signs. In this video, we're going to uncover 9 subtle but powerful signs that a man may be falling for you, even if he hasn't found the courage to say it. These are not surface-level gestures. They're rooted in real emotion. And once you learn how to spot them, you'll begin to see the truth that's been hiding in plain sight. So if you've ever wondered, does he feel something? Or am I imagining it? This is the clarity you've been waiting for. Have you ever walked into a room and caught someone smiling, before a single word was spoken? Not the polite, good manners kind of smile, but one that feels like it just happened without him realizing it. That's what we're talking about here. When a man has feelings he hasn't voiced, his smile often speaks for him. You might notice he lights up the moment you enter. His eyes soften. His whole energy shifts. And here's the key, it's not something he tries to do. It's automatic. Like his face is reacting to something his heart hasn't admitted yet. He doesn't smile like that at everyone. You feel it, genuine, unfiltered joy that lingers just a second longer than it needs to. It's not about flirting. It's about presence. It's the way someone smiles when just seeing you makes their day a little better. So next time you catch that effortless smile, don't write it off. It might be the purest glimpse of how he really feels, before his words ever catch up. Have you ever noticed a man sharing things with you that feel unusually personal? Like telling you how his morning went, what he ate for lunch, or even venting about a weird dream he had the night before? It may seem random, but it's not. When a guy is truly interested, he doesn't just keep you in the loop, he brings you into his world. And not just the highlight reel. He includes you in the everyday, the routine, even the mundane. Because to him, connection isn't just about romance, it's about presence. It's also in how he talks about the future. We should try that place sometime. You'd love this movie. Those small phrases? They're soft introductions to a bigger idea. You in his life. Long term. He doesn't have to overshare. But he does. And he doesn't need to check in with you about his weekend plans, but he wants to. Why? Because somewhere in his mind, you're already part of the picture. So if you find yourself woven into his daily life without even trying, that's not accidental. That's affection in motion. Have you ever met someone whose presence feels calm? No games. No disappearing acts. Just quiet, steady consistency. That's not just rare, it's meaningful. When a man likes you more than he lets on, he doesn't show it by pulling you close one day and ghosting you the next. He shows it by being there. Texts don't take 3 days. Conversations don't vanish into thin air. His interest isn't a roller coaster, it's a rhythm. Reliable. Grounded. You don't find yourself asking, is he still into me today? Because deep down, you know, there's no confusion, no emotional whiplash. And that kind of steadiness? It's one of the most honest signs that he's serious. Anyone can spark interest for a moment. But showing up consistently? That takes intention. Even if he hasn't said the words, his presence is saying them for him. You matter. So if you've noticed his energy is steady, not scattered, pay attention. That's not just attraction. That's someone trying to build something real. Sometimes, the loudest confessions come without a single word. Have you ever felt someone's attention, before they ever spoke it? When a man is into you but isn't ready to say it out loud, his body starts speaking on his behalf. He leans in when you talk. His posture mirrors yours without him even noticing. His shoulders stay relaxed and open, like he's physically inviting you in. These aren't rehearsed moves, they're instinct. And then there's the eye contact. Or maybe, the moments he looks when you're not looking. That soft gaze across the room. That glance that lingers just a second too long. It's not creepy, it's connection trying to find its way out. Body language never lies. Words can be edited, filtered, or hidden. But the body reacts before the brain catches up. So if you've ever felt like he's watching you with intention, listening not just with his ears but with his whole presence, you're not imagining it. That's his interest, quiet, genuine, and very real. Because love doesn't always knock. Sometimes it leans in, hoping you'll notice. Have you ever noticed how he seems a little more put together when you're around? Maybe the shirt's a bit sharper, his posture a little straighter. Or suddenly, he mentions a recent project, a goal he's working toward, or an achievement, just in passing. It's not bragging. It's hope. When a man quietly likes you, he doesn't shout it from the rooftops. Instead, he subtly puts his best foot forward, hoping you'll notice. He wants you to see him not just for who he is, but for who he's becoming. And the deeper truth? He wants to be worthy in your eyes. He might share a story about helping someone, or mention he's been hitting the gym lately. Maybe he remembers your favorite coffee and brings it without asking. These aren't coincidences, they're signals. Because men often show affection by earning admiration before asking for affection. It's how they say, "I see you. And I hope you'll see me, too." So the next time he goes the extra mile, don't brush it off. It might just be his quiet way of saying, "I care what you think. And I want to be someone who stands out to you." Have you ever been invited to meet someone's close friends or family, and it just felt like more than a casual gesture? When a man introduces you to his people, it's rarely just for fun. It's intentional. It's him saying, "You matter enough to me that I want you in my world." Think about it, most people don't bring someone into their inner circle unless they see real potential. Maybe he invites you to a weekend barbecue with his friends, or casually brings you along to a family dinner. But beneath the surface, there's something much deeper happening. He's letting others witness the connection that's growing between you two. It's not about labels. It's about proximity to his life, the real, unfiltered version of him. And it's a sign he's thinking ahead. Not just about next weekend, but about something longer, more meaningful. So if he's opening that door for you, don't underestimate it. He's not just sharing a moment. He's testing how your presence fits into the bigger picture of his life. And when a man starts thinking us instead of just me, that's no small signal. Have you ever had someone ask you a question that made you pause, not because it was deep, but because it felt like they truly wanted to understand who you are? That's no accident. When a man is genuinely into you, he doesn't just ask, "How was your day?" He wants to know you, the real you. What keeps you up at night? What lit your soul on fire when you were 10? What dream you gave up on, and still think about sometimes? And here's what's even more powerful, he remembers the little things. The offhand comment about your childhood dog. The name of that book you said changed your life. Stuff you barely remember mentioning, but somehow, it stuck with him. That kind of emotional curiosity? It's rare. It means he's not just attracted to how you look or what you do, he's drawn to your story, your layers, your heart. So if he keeps showing interest in your inner world, pay attention. That's not small talk. That's connection. And it's often the beginning of something truly real. Ever noticed how some people don't need to say a word, because their actions speak for them? That's what happens when a man genuinely cares about you, but doesn't know how to say it out loud. He just shows up. You don't have to ask, hint, or beg. He's already there, offering support when things get heavy, checking in after a rough day, or lending a hand before you even realize you need one. That kind of reliability? It's not accidental. It's intentional. It's how he says, "You matter to me." without the pressure of a big romantic confession. Some men express love not through poetry or dramatic gestures, but through presence, through consistency, through being there when it counts. It's easy to overlook, especially in a world that celebrates the loud and flashy. But quiet care? That's rare. That's real. So if he's always the one who shows up when life gets tough, don't underestimate that. Because sometimes, the truest kind of affection doesn't shout. It simply stands beside you, every single time. Have you ever gotten a message from him that seemed kind of pointless? Maybe it's just a meme, or a photo with the words, "This made me think of you." No real context. No real question. Just a digital tap on the shoulder. Here's the truth: when a man likes you but isn't quite ready to say it, texting becomes his safety net. It's his quiet way of staying close without the risk of being too vulnerable. He's not asking anything, but he's saying everything. These so-called random messages? They're rarely random. They're his way of creating small moments of connection, reminding you he's still there, still thinking about you, even when he doesn't know how to fully express it. It's not about the content of the text, it's about the intention behind it. He's testing the waters, keeping the door open, hoping you'll feel the pull too. So the next time he sends something just because, don't dismiss it. Read between the lines. Sometimes, a simple message is his heart saying, "I want to matter in your day. Even just a little." So, what does it all mean? If you've noticed several of these signs, chances are, he feels more for you than he's letting on. Maybe he hasn't said the words. Maybe he doesn't even fully understand his own feelings yet. But here's the thing: love doesn't always show up wrapped in a bold declaration. Sometimes, it hides in the spaces between words, in the patterns, in the presence, in the effort that feels quiet but consistent. You don't need a grand speech to know when someone cares. His energy, his reliability, his gaze when he thinks you're not looking, those are the signals that speak louder than language. So the next time you're unsure, don't just listen to what he says. Watch what he does when no one's watching. Pay attention to how often he shows up, not just physically, but emotionally, because real connection isn't always loud. Sometimes, it whispers. And if you learn to hear that silence, you might just uncover something beautiful.